So, good evening to all. Today's resource person and our technical team and dear participants. Central Sahodaya School Conclave Kottayam and the Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala, CSCK, jointly organizing webinar series for secondary and senior secondary teachers of Kerala and all over India. Today, senior secondary mathematics, and today's resource person is Srimati Bini M, Vice Principal, Oxford School, Thiruvananthapuram. On behalf of all the participants assembled over here, let me welcome today's resource person, Bini ma'am, for the session. Ma'am, please.
Thank you.
As you know that Central Sahodaya School Conclave is a registered Sahodaya. We are issuing e-certificate after the session. We are providing a Google form for the e-certification, and we are charging 100 rupees for the e-certification. Once you submit the Google form for the e-certification, within 48 hours, within 2 days, we will send you your registered mail ID. We will forward the certificates. During the session, dear participants, you can feel to use the chat box for interacting resource person. If any emergency or any clarification, any doubt, you can raise the hands or you can unmute and ask your clarification. We wish this session will be an interactive one. So all the participants are requested to interact with the resource person. Kindly clarify your doubts and your suggestions, your inputs, and if any best practice, you can feel to share towards the sessions. We are also ready to learn from your end also. Am I correct, Bini ma'am?
Sure, exactly, sir.
Okay, fine. So we are expecting a more interactive and more fruitful session. Today's senior secondary mathematics. Hardly 85 participants already joined. Central Sahodaya School Conclave and Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala organizing many such events like all other Sahodaya is doing. Like we are organizing Arts Fest, Sports Fest, trainings, online trainings, offline trainings, and so in a short span of time, Central Sahodaya Conclave marked a remarkable role in the CBSE segment. It's only because of our patrons and team leaders. Central Sahodaya School Conclave consists of our Honorable President, Ms. Marina Sebastian, Principal Life Valley International School, Pudupalli, and our Honorable Secretary and our Honorable Secretary, and our Honorable Secretary, Principal Alfin Public School, Kandiripalli, Kottayam, Srimati Vinitha G. Nair, our Honorable Treasurer, Manager, Sri Shankara Vidyalaya Vaikyam, Kottayam, Mr. M. Neelakandan. So these are the patrons, team leaders with us, and all the members of Central Sahodaya School Conclave. And our technical partner Insight E. Our technical partner Insight E. Insight E is the education service provider. Insight E is the education service provider for the CBSE schools of Kerala. They are providing many areas, many support systems, especially ERP software, teachers assessment, and holistic progress car, and etc. Representing Insight E today with us, the Managing Director of Insight E, Shuhaib B. Welcome, Shuhaib, for the session.
Thank you, sir.
And we are sincerely thanks to all the technical support provided by Insight E. Now the floor is open for you, ma'am. You can start your session. Once again, I wish all the best for the resource session and all the best for the participants. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to all my dear teachers. Actually, Ranjit sir, when he started regarding Central Sahodaya, I know from the beginning of this Central Sahodaya, I know Ranjit sir and this Sahodaya also I am closely associated with all the programs I used to participate. That's why sure that it will be a never ending according to him, because only the parents know how the child grows. According to Ranjit sir, Central Sahodaya is one of his children. Like that, I know that how he is grooming Central Sahodaya. Okay, that's why his hard work and perseverance, actually, I have to appreciate. I know for the last 2-3 years, I have to appreciate. And thank you, sir, for the good words. Now, I think all teachers, you are waiting for senior secondary discussions, not the session, actually, discussions. What Ranjit sir told is exactly the same which I wanted to tell you, because it is only an interactive session. Through you, I am also learning, and through me, you are also learning. That is, it is a give and take process. That's why I request all of you, please hold all your doubts and all. We will have an interaction and discussion. Okay. And you can ask in between through the chat box also. But if it is not related directly with the topics which I am taking, better you can ask at last. That's why we can interact more. You can just switch on your, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. That's why that will be better, actually. Whichever, like till what time you require, I am ready till we can interact and discuss. Okay. By giving that word, just let me start. Okay. Let me share my screen. Hope you can see. If any of you is giving me an answer, yes or no, I would be happy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, teachers. And in between, at least 1 or 2 words, if I'm able to hear, thank you. Meera ma'am, good evening. Thank you. That's why many of the familiar names I can see. Thank you to all. Those who are not familiar also, thank you. Now let us start the session. Let us be into mathematics. Okay. Myself, Bimi, he had given an introduction regarding me. Previously, for all the sessions, I used to tell that I was working at Thrissur, but now I got shifted to the Oxford School, Trivandrum, being the vice principal of Oxford School, Trivandrum. Now I belong to Bharat Sahodaya. I'm a person there in Bharat Sahodaya. Okay. Now, the first one which I want to start is, what is our learning outcome? What all things we want today? Whenever we start, sure that it is my responsibility to tell you that what all you will be gaining today. That is a contract in between, isn't it, teachers? Nowadays, CBSE is also insisting the same. Before we start the class, it is compulsory that you have to inform both the parents and students regarding the learning outcomes. What all things they are going to learn, what all things they are going to gain, in other words. This all you should give them. That is a condition by CBSE also, the initial condition or ground condition. According to maths, we know the meaning of that. To be familiarized with the changes in the curriculum. Small changes are there. That's why these all we have to be familiar. To learn the internal assessment. From last year, there are some changes for class 12. That's why last year it was term 1 and term 2. That's why sure that I'll be referring again regarding the one whole annual process. Like that I will be again revising the same and to compare and analyze the sample paper. The main portion of our training will be the sample paper discussions. We have some new pattern of questions, otherwise case study questions. These all things are there. That's why we will have an interaction and analysis together. Number 1, internal assessment. I don't want to tell you, even though I'm telling you like 20 marks internal assessment and plus 80 marks annual paper, that is board examination paper. That is a way which we are carrying for years and years. We know this, but still last year we have been dealing as term 1 and term 2. That's why I think we can refer again regarding this one. This year it is an annual process. In board examination, we expect the board examination like previous years and all around February 15, we would be started with board examinations and all we expect. And for the same 80 marks paper, board paper, we have to. Board paper means 80 marks paper, minimum 33% they have to score. That is the rule. But still, even though we have to score, our students have to score 33%, CBSE has given a relaxation there. That is internal plus external out of 100, 33 marks. If the child is scoring, child can pass. That is the rule, relaxation given by CBSE. That's why this is also continued due to the COVID situation and all, as they have introduced this 4 years back. Now, into the internal assessment. 80 marks paper, I am not discussing much. When we are discussing the sample paper, we can discuss in detail. Internal assessment. Both the 10th standard and 12th standard, the common thing is periodic test. I know that many of you would be dealing 10th standard also. That's why there is a small, even though it is a senior secondary training, just I am referring in between regarding 10th standard also. That is a reason. Periodic test is common for both 10th standard and 12th standard. That is the only common thing. Not only common thing, subject enrichment activities also. Pen paper test. Pen paper test means CBSE always recommend as a cumulative frequency way we have to give the periodic test papers. That is, after the first periodic test, if we are giving us 3 chapters, for the next periodic test, the total 6 or 7 chapters, whichever we have taken, all of them to be included for the next PT. That is periodic test 2. That is the suggestion given by CBSE. Then whatever we do, accordingly, we can do according to our school's decision, we can move. But still, CBSE recommended like that. It is a pen paper test. The assessment mark is out of 10. That means we have to take 3 tests. Total PT1, PT2 and PT3, 3 periodic tests. And the condition is the analysis is done as first, we have to take best 2 out of 3 tests conducted. And we have to find out the average of both. That is the rule by CBSE. And what they recommend is each paper, sometimes you will be taking PT1 out of 40 marks, PT2 will be out of 50 marks, and PT3 will be out of 80 marks. That is up to your freedom. According to your school, you can choose. But at the same time, what you have to do is each and every PT to be converted to marks 10. And after that, you can take the average of best 2 examinations, best 2 tests. That is the suggestion given by CBSE. That is the way which we have to do the assessment. It is not compulsory that you have to do only 3 pen paper tests in a year. You can do how many you want, however you require, like that you can do, especially after the COVID situations, the situation of 2 years. Our students are not able to do the 80 marks paper and all. That's why I know that you will be giving more and more practice for our students. That is good, well and good. That should be carried. But at the same time, for the assessment purpose, 3 exams to be considered as PT1, PT2 and PT3. Assessment under that PT1, PT2, PT3, each mark to be converted to 10 marks first, then the average of best 2. Then the suggestive schedule that is also given by CBSE. It is like July, August, November and December, January. That is up to you actually. Your selection, that is your programs in the school, otherwise your classes, how you are carrying out, how your exams you are doing, you can do accordingly. But still CBSE had a suggestion. It is only a suggestion from CBSE. July, August, you can have PT1. November, you can have PT2. That means it is the time for you to start PT2 now, November. And December, Jan. Like that, you can have the third PT3. That's why this is not compulsory, but still it is a suggestion. This can be, there should be a gap between PT1 and PT2 and then PT2 and PT3. Second one is 10 marks are over for periodic tests. Second one is maths activities. Maths activities means subject enrichment activities. That means whichever enrichment activities. That means whichever would be supporting or just promoting our subject. Those activities you have to choose. When you are choosing the activities, what CBSE recommend is maths lab activities you have to choose from NCERT site. That's why total you have to do 10 activities in a year. And then how can we do the assessment? That is also important. The first thing is activities performed by the student throughout the year and record keeping. We have a record, either it can be a record book or it can be a file. Whatever be the format, you have to keep all the things or all the lab activities which students do. All these should have a record. That's why activities performed by the student throughout the year. And record keeping, that is 5 marks. Activities performed by the student throughout the year means if they are coming in the lab, when they are present in the lab, how they are doing their activities, what is their attitude, whether they are interested to do, whether they are doing or whether they are not hearing even the instructions from you. That's why this is activities performed by the student. And plus record, that means how they are recording the things which we give. Total 5 marks. And assessment of the activity performed during the year-end test. That means we have to conduct a year-end test for lab activities. We should have a practical examination for lab activities. That carries 3 marks. And also Viva was 2 marks. That is, you have to ask some oral questions also. Individually, you have to ask some questions and that will be carried for 2 marks. Total 10 marks. 10 activities you have to doing activities in the lab and plus record. They will be availing 5 marks. And then assessment of the activity performed during the year-end test, that is practical test which we conduct. That carries 3 marks and Viva will be carried as 2 marks. This is the way which internal assessment is divided into 2 streams, that is 10 marks for periodic test and 10 marks for maths activity. Okay, total 20 marks. And this is very important actually. Mathematics lab manuals, CBSE has given a strong suggestion that you have to choose all the activities, all the lab activities from the lab manual provided by CBSE. This lab manual, when I discuss repeatedly, many of the teachers used to ask, that is whether it can be from any of the private publishers and all, they provide many of the books and all, ma'am. What we have to do, whether we can go for those records, all the activities are also given there, whether we can go. Like the teachers used to ask a doubt. That's why I'm clarifying the same. CBSE has given clearly that you have to refer Maths Lab Manual, which is given by CBSE. Which is given by CBSE means which is published in NCERT site. That's why this is the link. Even the link is given here. Please take a screenshot, otherwise just copy it. That's why this will be available in NCERT site. Please open the window and see the lab manuals. The window is publication and open. Lab manuals, they have given us three sets. First one is 1 to 10 lab activities, then 11 to 20 and 21 to 27. And some projects are also there, but according to us, no project is included for us. For 041, there is no project. That's why please refer the lab manual for lab activities. It is very important, and you can do any 10 activities for the whole year. It is always suggested that you can do 3 activities for 1 PT, like that you can consider, other than doing all the 10 activities together, because all the lab activities always, they should support the learning which is happening in the class. That's why whichever portion we take, along with the same, whichever is there in the lab manual, that activity you can choose, and along with the portion which we are teaching or when they are learning. At that time itself, please give the lab activity also. Then their learning part would be little more strong. That we can ensure. Now, the question paper design. Now we are going to the main part, that is internal assessment is over. The main things are over. That's why the question paper design by CBSE. The first one is Bloom's taxonomy. You know, according to Bloom's taxonomy, whenever we are learning something, we are having 6 stages. The first one is just remembering. That is, whatever is the simple things, just we can remember. The second one is the understanding level. It is in a hierarchy. One by one it goes. It is like going through a step like that we can see. Second one is understanding. And third one is applying the same concept in one or two situations and all small situations. The fourth one is analyzing. That is the situation you have to analyze, the problem which is given for them that they have to analyze, and they have to evaluate and find out the values and analyze the same. Analyzing means it is closely related with comparison. Analyzing means related with comparison, compare and analyze. And evaluation, and at last it is creating. Creating level questions are very less, or it is very rare in our question papers according to mathematics. That's why mainly we have to focus the first 5 of them: remembering, understanding, applying, then analyzing and evaluating. These 5 of them. And CBSE is having a confusion. Even for us also we have a confusion that some of the questions, whether they include in remembering or understanding or analyzing or evaluating, like that we are always doubtful by seeing some of the questions, because the margin in between remembering and understanding is very narrow. Sometimes really we feel confused whether it is remembering or understanding. No, it is understanding. No, it is remembering. Like that we would be confused. That's why what CBSE has done is, remembering and understanding, they have put together those types of questions, basic questions, beginning questions you can give as one, that is remembering plus understanding. The second one is level 2 is applying, and level 3 is analyzing, evaluating and creating. And here you can see the weightage. That is the main part which you have to see. The basic things, that is for the average children and all, what we focus, it is around 55%. That is the lower level, that is the easy level questions will be 55%. That is 44 marks out of 80. Applying questions will be 20 marks, 25%. That is 1/4 of the question paper should be applying level questions. And the higher order questions, analyzing and evaluating, those questions are out of 80, 16 marks. And at the same time, out of 100, it is 20. That means 20% only will be hot level questions. That's why when you are putting the question papers and all, please maintain always this level. That is, the easy questions will be more than 50%, that is 55%, and 1/4 of the question paper should be which one? The second one, applying, and the third one, hot questions or higher order questions, should be always 20% only. That means less than 1/4, that is less than quarter. That's why please remember this whenever you prepare a question paper. Whenever you prepare a question paper means, according to mathematics, sure that you have to do the answer key also along with the same. Then only you will be getting an idea that how the calculation even will be turned up. Some of the questions, calculations will be too lengthy, which the students are not able to score. Students are not able to solve. That's why please check the answer key properly. Please solve yourself and check the answers so that we can identify the questions which calculations are too tough. Sometimes by the appearance of questions we feel as very simple, but the calculation part will be quite difficult. That's why some of the question papers, this is the reason. This is also one of the reasons which question papers are tough, because we don't check the calculations properly. 3-4 questions, if the calculations are quite confusing or tough, that means the numbers won't cancel and all like that, which becomes lengthy. Automatically, the question paper will be lengthy. That's why this is also another problem. Sometimes we don't feel this question is not very difficult. It is a very easy question, remembering and understanding. But we didn't check the working of that question, calculation part of that question. Sometimes by the calculation part, it will be into the next level. That's why always we have to see that according to mathematics, it is very important, because we don't have definitions and all to ask, only theorems. That is well written answers, like only theorems. All others we have to solve the problems. That's why this part of calculation is also equally important. That's why always we have to solve all the questions and see that whether the question, the difficulty level is not exceeding 20%. That is one of the important things which we have to see. Now, according to us, it is total, as you know, chapter-wise weightage we don't have. We have only the group weightage. That means the first group is relations and functions. 2 chapters are the relations and functions and inverse trigonometric functions. And CBSE has given in the curriculum clearly that total 8 marks will be covered from these 2 chapters. And the next one is matrices and determinants together, that is algebra. That carries 10 marks, that is matrices plus determinants cover 10 marks. Third one is the longest one, that is calculus. All the chapters are which are they 5 chapters: continuity and differentiability, then application of derivatives, integrals and its applications, then differential equations. All these 5 chapters together, it is 35 marks. This is the longest part. When we complete the portions also, we know that it is the longest part. And the marks also, the weightage is also given equally, like 35 marks. Then vectors and 3D. Vectors and 3D carries 14 marks. Linear programming 5 marks and probability 8 marks. A total will be 80 marks. In a total, it will be 80 marks. This is a weightage given. I'm reminding you, chapter-wise weightage is not there for us. And even though you can have a comparison with sample paper, but still the same marks won't be maintained from each chapter sometimes. The only thing CBSE has given is the group weightage. That's why focus on group weightage when you are preparing the blueprint. Blueprint means which chapter we have to take this much, this chapter how much we have to take. That's why the similar way, different ways you can try. From the same group, 8 marks. That means it can be done like 5 plus 3, it can be otherwise 4 plus 4, it can be like that. Different ways you can try. Please do try, and in the model examinations, give them different patterns. Okay, give our children different patterns, sure that it will be helpful for them. Now it is our sample paper. Before starting directly going into the sample paper, let me discuss this one. Please read, teachers. Just an analysis. Just 1 minute analysis. Like just going through the same. The first one. This year we have both 10th standard and 12th standard. We have 5 sections. A, B, C, D, E. 5 sections. I request the teachers to mute the mic. Okay. I can hear some girls talking loudly. Please. That's why total 5 sections are there. That is A, B, C, D and E. 5 sections means we feel like, okay, it is quite long. The question paper will be quite long. That's why the first one is MCQ. MCQ total 20 questions are included. And in this one, 2 of them are assertion reasoning questions. That is a change in this year. That is, some changes are there. 2 assertion reasoning questions are included from this year. Then the section B question, 2 mark questions, 5 of them are there. Out of them, 2 of them are choice questions. Third section is 3 mark questions. 6 questions are there. Out of them, 3 of them will be choice questions, internal choice questions. Then the next one is 5 of them. Anushri ma'am, want to ask me something, Anushri ma'am? And Anusuya Devi, I'm sorry. You have raised your hand, ma'am. It is by mistake. Please lower your hand, please. Okay. Otherwise, you can ask. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Then section D will be 5 mark questions. Total 4 questions are there, and out of them, 2 of them internal choice. And section E, we have a story. You can see that a story is written there. That is 3 case study questions. And 2 of them are alike. The pattern is alike. And the third one, the pattern is different. 2 questions with subparts as 1, 1 and 2 marks. Okay. 3 questions are there in the first 2 questions, 1 mark plus 1 mark plus 2 mark. And it is particular that 2 mark question will be having a choice. Okay, 1 plus 1 plus 2, out of the 2 mark is having a choice. And the second question of case study is also the same pattern itself. That is 1 plus 1 plus 2. Then the third question of case study will be 1 question with 2 subparts. That means only 2 subparts are there and both of them carries 2 marks. That is 2 marks each. Total 4 marks. That's why 4 mark question means 3 case study questions are there. First 2 case study questions are 1 plus 1 plus 2 pattern, in which 2 mark question is having a choice. And the third question is 2 plus 2 pattern. Okay. And remember, no choice in the third question. Only case study questions of question number 1 and 2 are only having choice. And the third question of 2 marks each, 2 plus 2, 4. We are not having any choice. Now, actually, now we will be going to our sample paper. Hope you can see, teachers, the sample paper. Hope you can see.
Vinny, ma'am, you'll have to share again.
Sir?
You'll have to share the screen again, ma'am. It's showing tips of MCQ.
Okay. Hope you can see now.
It's visible, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Then the sample question paper. This is given by CBSE in the previous month. That's why 2022-23 041, our code is 041, maximum marks total 80. Then the general instructions which they have given, all of them we have discussed already. Now when we are moving to sections, the first section, that is section A, multiple choice question, each question carries 1 mark. When we are discussing regarding the MCQ questions, the main thing is one best answer and all others are distractors. According to CBSE, even when they are conducting the courses and all, they stress the point as one best answer will be there out of 4 choices and all others are distractors. That means if answer A is correct, B, C and D are distractors of the correct answer. That means they will be closely related with the correct answer. That means what they meant is the common mistakes which students used to commit. We know that the calculation mistakes will be there. Otherwise, like the common mistakes when they do the question, which are all the possible common mistakes that we know. By these common mistakes and all, we will find out the answer, and those all also will be given as options. That's why they are called as distractors. That means slightly distracting from the correct answer. Like that. That's why, yes. Yes, ma'am. Pravina, ma'am, please mute yourself. Okay. That's why I'm thinking that you are asking some doubts. That's why. Okay, that's why all others are distractors. That means only one answer will be there, all the remaining 3 will be distractors. Then here, the first question. We don't want to discuss much regarding each and every question and all, but still. Now, all the questions means total 20 questions are there. Now I'll be giving you after discussing the sample paper that how much marks you have to take for each and every question. That's fine. That also will be discussed. Out of 20 marks, that is 21 mark questions, some of them will be, some of the questions will be in the first level, that is knowledge and understanding. Praveena ma'am, please mute yourself. Thank you. Then all the questions out of 20 marks, some of the questions will be knowledge and understanding level questions, and some of them will be in the applying level, and some others will be in the last one, that is analyzing and evaluating level. That's why some of them they will be able to find out the answer easily within a minute, but some of them they have to think a little more and do. 1 to 2 minutes for 1 mark questions means maximum it is 2 minutes. It doesn't mean that all the 1 mark questions should be taking 2 minutes. No, some of them in the knowledge and understanding level will be taken for 1 minute, and the other one applying and analyzing, evaluating. These levels of questions will be taking maximum 2 minutes by doing the calculations. Okay. That's why this is a way which it is discussed. That's why all the questions, 1 mark questions and all, it will be carried out the usual patterns of 1 mark questions as MCQ which they have given. Now the main part of our discussion part is assertion reason based questions. Assertion reason based question is, what you have to do is you have to give assertion reasoning questions only in 1 period. Like that, you have to start with assertion reasoning questions. What we have to do is, first you have to give the culture of assertion reasoning questions to our children. The peculiar thing regarding assertion reasoning questions is, all the assertion reasoning questions carries the same options. All of them, whether it is 10 standard or whether it is 12 standard, all the assertion reasoning questions will be having the same choices, same options. The first one is both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Option A. Option B is always both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. And C, A is true, but R is false. And D, A is false, but R is true. Only the thing is that A is false and R is also false. That is not there. That statement is not there. That's why this one is same for all the assertion reasoning questions. That's why you have to give them this culture. That is, first one, both are true, and explanation also. Second one, both are true, but R is not the correct explanation. Third one, always we start with positive things. That's why A is true. First one is A, no? A is true, but R is false. Then the fourth one, A is false and R is true. That's why these options you can give. Then what all things we have to analyze? That is the next one. A and R are two statements. Always A is assertion statement and R is reason statement. A and R you have to see separately. And first you have to see that, read A, assertion A, and see that whether it is true or false. And read the reason and also check that whether it is true or false. Then the third one is whether this reason is the correct reason for assertion sentence. That is the third one which we have to analyze. Always it is the same thing which you have to do for assertion. Our students, we have to instruct like that. First one is read A, statement A, and see that whether A is true or false. Read R, separately you have to read R and see that whether R is true or false. After that only have a comparison. That is whether R is a correct explanation of A. Okay, these three are the steps which they have to follow for assertion reason questions. The first one, just see, the domain of the function sec inverse 2x is open minus infinity to negative 1 by 2 closed, union 1 by 2 closed, 1 by 2 to infinity. Reason R equal to R is, the statement is sec inverse negative 2 equal to negative pi by 4. I am requesting all of you to use the chat box to give me the answer, like whether the assertion is correct. Assertion is a statement, whether it is correct. Yes or no? Please put it in the chat box. Seek inverse it is. Seek inverse 2x. That's why teachers, please see. I can see one answer, minimum's answer I can see. What about others? Whether the assertion statement is true or false. True or false. Yeah. Now itself you can see the chat box, teachers. When we are as teachers, still we are getting both the answers, true and false, both we are getting. You can just observe the chat box. That is the reason that I have requested you to write. Actually, this statement is true, isn't it? The statement is, the first one is true. Assertion statement is true. What about the second one? What about reason? Whether it is correct? Now we are switching to reason, teachers. Seek inverse -2 equal to -π/4. Whether it is correct or not. True or false? Minimum has given again the answer first. Minimum, you are the first one always. Good. Yeah. I can see again both the answers I can see. It is a false statement. Yeah, majority is false itself. Correct. Good. That's why this is a false statement. That's why first one itself we got the answer, isn't it, teachers? Assertion is true, but reason is false. Which option is correct? Which option is correct? Option C, no doubt. Option C. Then the next question. One more question is as it is a new pattern, I'm discussing both the questions now. Assertion, reasoning. Thank you. Thank you, teachers. Option is C, correct. The second one, just see, it is regarding the acute angle between the line. Vector R is given, I cap plus j cap plus 2k cap plus lambda into I cap minus j cap. And x-axis is π/4. The angle theta between these two, that is the vector R and x-axis, is π/4. That is the first statement. Is it correct? Please find out theta. X-axis means it is very easy. This is also the first answer is by 1 mini, but not the same mini, isn't it? Okay, good. Whether the assertion statement is true or false. Yeah, correct. Yes, ma'am. Radhika ma'am has given, some others also already they have given. Exactly correct. It is a true statement, isn't it? What about the reason? Whether it is the correct reason? Just see, they have given in general. It is easy for you to understand because it is a general cos theta, that is formula they have given. Modulus A1A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 by square root of. That's why, yes, both of them are true, isn't it, teachers? Then the next question is, first statement, assertion is true, reason is also true. Whether reason is the correct reason of assertion. Reason statement is the correct reason of assertion. Yes or no? Please give an answer, yes or no. Yes, many answers I can see. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, teachers. Many of them I can see. In between, no also I can see, but still majority is yes. Okay, thank you. That's why which option is correct? The first one is the correct one, isn't it? The reason given is exactly the correct reason for which one? The assertion. That's why we got it. Now, why I have explained, why I have taken this time is, to give you, to share with you that how we have to deal the assertion reasoning questions. Hope the things are clear for you now, how we have to deal. Isn't it, teachers? Is it okay for you to move to the next one? Assertion reasoning, I hope that it is okay. Okay, thank you, teachers. Okay, then section B and all, nothing else in detail and all, but still. Section B is section B also, questions are given. Total 5 questions are there. Out of them, 2 questions. You can see that the first question from inverse trigonometric functions, and the optional question is which one? Relations and functions. That's why any of them they can write, whichever chapter they have learned, that chapter they can. That's why that question is there. And another one, you can see that question number 23, you can see. And there also it is given that A and B are given, find the value of lambda. The condition is given that it is orthogonal. A minus B is A and A plus B and A minus B are orthogonal. It is a rare question. It is not much repeated like in the board pattern. That's why emphasize that question. You can give more questions for children. Okay, in this pattern. And the second one also the direction ratio and direction cosines. Okay. Then the 24th question, it is a repeated board question. It is a textual question, very easy one. Not very easy, they have to do, but still it is a repeated question. And 25 also. Section B is over, 2 mark questions are over. Now we are moving into section C. This section, which is having 3 mark questions. You can see that total 6 3-mark questions are there. Out of them, half of them, that is 3 of them are given choice. Okay. The first choice question, you can see that the probability question it is, and the same chapter probability, they have given 2 questions, and then all others also. Remember, in this section, 3-mark section, 50% of the questions are having a choice. And the last one is section D, that is 5-mark question, not last one, second last one. The usual way I'm telling you, actually till section D we are used, but now we have section E also. Section D questions also, they have given the long questions, that is 5-mark questions we have. What I felt is previously, whatever they used to give us 6-mark questions and all, we can see such questions in this pattern. That's why 5-mark questions, and some of the lengthy 4-mark questions are also included in 5-mark questions. Especially this equivalence relation question and all, they used to ask as 6-mark questions previously. That's why those questions, that is lengthy 4-mark questions or short 6-mark questions, which we were doing previously, those questions are included as 5-mark questions. There also you can see 2 questions are given choice. And the last one, section E. Section E, the first 2 questions, you can see that the first one, it is regarding the, just see, please read it, teachers. I hope you have seen it, but still, please read it. Case study question is the first one. From which chapter, teachers? From which chapter? 36, question number 36. Teachers?
Application of derivatives, ma'am. Application of derivatives.
Still we can see. Yeah, exactly. Applications of derivatives. Then the second chapter of which one? Calculus. That's why the applications of derivatives you can see. Actually, the first question and all is an easy question. Is the function differentiable? As it is a polynomial question, actually it is very easy to answer. And the second question, if 6 is the critical point of the function, then find the value of the constant m. 6 is the critical point, and then find the value of m. And the third question, you can see that there is a choice. It is a 2-mark question and strictly increasing or decreasing question, that pattern question, and otherwise absolute maximum or minimum. That one they have given us a choice question. That means the first question is from applications of derivatives. Then what about the second question? What about this question is also from the same thing, that is applications of derivatives. Here you can see a code, and then x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. It is regarding. Then the length is given, and here also first two questions are 1 mark questions. It is again regarding the critical point. The second question is regarding the critical point, and then the first derivative test. That means third question is an or question, either the first one or the second one. First two case study questions are applications of derivative question. And the third one, just see. Read the question. Which chapter?
Probability, ma'am. Probability.
Yeah, probability. It is from probability, and the question carries 2 plus 2. That is 2 mark, 2 questions are there. Okay, that's why this question carries that is 4 marks in total, 2 plus 2. Case study questions, this is the one which there is a difference. That is, the first 2 questions are 1 plus 1 plus 2, in which 2 mark is having a choice. And the last question, that is the question paper last question, 38, question number 38 is 2 plus 2 question. This is the sample, like analysis of paper. Okay. Now let us go back to our this one. No, we were in this one, and we have discussed both now. Sample paper given an emphasis like on assertion reason based questions. That is done now. Now the sample paper is over. Now the next one is regarding 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. Now you can see that, as we know, class 9 and 11 are having the same grade, that is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, like that it goes, 91 to 100, 81 to 90, like that it goes. Because just I wanted to remind you that there is a difference between the assessment of class 11 and class 12. That's why this one, class 9 and class 11, same pattern, 91 to 100 A1, like that it goes. And in class 12, that is class 10 and 12, there is a percentile assessment. That is according to the comparative. If the question paper is too tough, if many of them are not able to score good marks and all, sure that this percentile grades will help them a lot. Because the higher score is less and all, in such cases, percentile score will be helping students a lot. That's why the total passed candidates, 1/8 will be in A1, then A2 will be the next 1/8, and then B1, like that it goes. Then this one only I told you that we will have a discussion regarding time allotted also. That is, the first one is actually 1 mark questions. Already I have discussed with you, 1 to 2 minutes per question we can take. And the second one is 2 mark questions. This you can remember always as double, teachers, maximum double, like that you can keep in your mind. 2 mark question means maximum 4 marks, 3 to 4. The previous one, 3 to 4. Then 3 mark question, that is maximum 6. Ma'am, I won't be able to share the PPT. Please take screenshots. Okay, if you require. Okay. Then 3 mark questions and all, maximum it will be 6 marks. That is double 3 into 2 and 5 to 6. The previous 1 to 6. 4 marks means maximum it is 8, and then from 7 to 8. It is easy for you to remember. It is always double from the previous number to double, like that you can remember. This should help you to help your students. Then this is also when you're going for valuations and all, this is the tip given. As well, same thing I am sharing with you also. 1 mark means always 1 concept will be there, and maximum 2 steps and 1 or 2 value points. The similar way, 2 marks means that is also almost double. Sorry, almost the same thing. 1 mark means 1 concept will be there. 2 marks means 2. 3 means 3, and 4 is 4 or more concepts. 5 means 5 or more concepts. Like that, it will be going on. That's why number of steps you can take almost as double. That is the previous one I have given, no double. Here also almost it is. 1 mark means maximum 2 steps. 2 marks means maximum 4 steps. 3 means maximum 7, that is 6 to 7. 4 marks means maximum 8 to 10. And the value points also almost same. That is 5 or 6 you can see, 3 or 4 you can see. This is the way which we analyze. That is, whenever they are writing the answers, these are the value points which you have to keep in your mind, and you have to correct the papers according to this one. Before that, when we are putting the question paper, when we are putting the questions also, we have to see that we are maintaining this one. If it is a 1 mark question, it should not be exhausted with 2-3 concepts and all in the same question. New concept, only one should be there. That means whatever they are learning in 12th standard, that is the way, that is the word which I meant as new concept. That's why only one concept should be there. 2 marks means 2 new concepts which they have learned in this 12th standard. Like that, you can see the same. Okay, this is the main thing like which we have to discuss and all. Again and again, I don't think that any of my training sessions will be there without this slide, because I always focus this one, because I always see that teachers are always searching for many other private publishers and all always. That's why I want to tell you again and again that CBSE has given enough materials for us. The first one is our textbook, each and every nook and corner that you have to check. And the second one is exemplar problems. Exemplar problems given by CBSE. It is for 11th standard and 12th standard. Both are there. It is available in NCERT site. Teachers, please note, it is available in NCERT site. Exemplar problems of class 11 you can see, and class 12 also you can see. And the exemplar problems, what I used to feel is they are beautiful questions which are based on the concepts which we give in the class, which is given in the NCERT textbook. That's why please refer exemplar questions before you refer any other private publisher. And lab manual. That lab manual, already we had a discussion, lab manual also that we have to see. That's why like a sample paper is one of the things which we have to be very careful regarding. Sample paper you have to analyze properly. I have given just a rough analysis only, but you have to give actually like detailed analysis you have to do yourself. And after that you can see that the sample paper patterns and all, especially some questions I told you like this is rare also. Please see that you are giving these patterns of questions in the class, like that I told you. Those questions to be given more importance. Please give all the patterns of questions for their revisions. In repeated model examinations and all you can give. Model examinations, when we give, the advantage is all the questions, model paper, all the questions we would be discussing in the class again, so that they would be getting at least one explanation from us regarding those patterns. That's why please include the sample paper questions and all in your model examinations, or the same pattern questions also you can include in the model examinations. That's why these are the main things which I want to tell you. Now, let me conclude by telling you it's only my session, that is my presentation stops here. That is, thank you to all of you who are my patient listeners, my dear teachers. Thank you very much. That's why now I am ending my presentation. Now the platform is open for you. If you have any queries or if you have any questions, please.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Ramakrishna.
Yes, sir.
I
think you were there in 10th standard also, isn't it, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm handling
Yes.
all classes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please.
Yeah. Ma'am, is it related 2.2 exercise, ma'am?
Please, I used to tell you. Now I'm telling you again. Please don't ask me as exercises. Whatever CBSE has given, that only we can. Curriculum. Please refer the curriculum, which is given by CBSE.
Yeah, in curriculum. Yeah, actually in the curriculum, 2.2 exercise they deleted like that info, ma'am. Only we are following only range problems only. Principal range values we want to find.
Sir, you are not much audible. Please louder, sir. Okay.
Actually, CBSE curriculum is given only. We want to take problems are based on principal values.
Sir, I want to clarify one more thing. NCERT has published some more details regarding our portions and all. That is not for us. CBSE curriculum which is given by CBSE, that is the one which we have to refer. Because this question I'm getting from everywhere, there it is given as exercise wise and all, and there are some mismatches from CBSE curriculum. That's
actually,
why.
what is on my doubt, ma'am? Actually, what is on my doubt means, ma'am, actually in 2.2 exercise, we have question number 5th one, 6th one, 7th one, substitution method problems. Same questions in 5.3 exercise also we are using for derivatives.
Same
so
questions?
Here,
same questions,
we are
sir?
using, yeah, same questions we are using 5.3 exercise derivatives topics, ma'am, continuity differentiability chapter. So that means in differentiability chapter, it is not deleted, but in 2.2 exercise, it is a deleted like that, they're informing. But I can't believe that one is deleted. How is that possible?
There itself, by the question itself, the answer is clear, sir.
Yes, ma'am. That means it is not deleted. But properties are deleted.
Thank you for the good analysis. I don't want to give you the answer. The question itself.
Yeah, actually, what is my second point, ma'am? Actually, what is my second point here means, actually, we have in 2.2 exercise tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y formula, ma'am. Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y formula. But that formula is not deleted. But that formula is not deleted, ma'am. But we are using still. I saw that few sample question papers. In that one, properties of inverse trigonometry chapter is fully is there, ma'am. It is not deleted. 2.2 x is not deleted. But in CBSE curriculum, they mentioned only you don't use properties, only you can practice principal range problems. I didn't understand what is the meaning of that one, first of all.
Sir, actually, please use your common sense, sir. That is the only answer which I can give you. Because CBSE, if it is given, like last year and all, we had too much of confusions. This year it is less actually. Last year and all, even many chapters from 11th standard and all, they have deleted. And then combinations, this binomial theorem, that chapter was deleted. But when we are coming to 12th standard probability, we are using combinations. Otherwise, we are using binomial theorem. These all, without these all, we cannot complete that chapter. Isn't it?
And my point number 3, ma'am, and determinate chapter, ma'am. Determinate chapter. Example number 33, ma'am. Determinate chapter. Chapter number 4. Example number 33.
Properties of determinants are not there.
Yes, no, ma'am. Example number 33. We have only one method, ma'am. That is a product of two functions. AB is equal to I method, ma'am. To find the inverse. Yeah, that question also in textbook they are giving wrong like that, ma'am. That is a printing mistake, like. We have only one question, but that concept is not given NCERT textbook. Only miscellaneous example only that question is given. I saw that previous year question papers. That is a repeated question, ma'am, like that methods.
No. Exactly.
And next one is 3D geometry chapter, ma'am. In 3D geometry chapter, plane is not there, but lines concept is there, ma'am. In these lines, what happens sometimes it is a passing through the x-axis and y-axis like that they are giving, ma'am.
Sir, if you feel that without that you cannot teach, just give the concept only. But the thing is, given that plane and all, many types of conversion, these all questions are there, those questions are not there.
Yeah, like that, ma'am. Online passing through the 2 points also deleted.
Now, I have given actually what is plane, what is the main concept of plane, this all I have given. What I felt
point of intersection, ma'am.
What I felt is that the important one, that's why I have given. But the questions I have given.
Actually, we don't have any concept related to point of intersection, ma'am.
Point of intersection. What is your question, sir? Actually, I'm not.
Actually, if two lines are find the point of intersection, ma'am. Some example, if show that two lines are intersecting. If the two lines are intersecting, means we want to find the point of intersection, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, that means we can use shortest distance between two formulas, ma'am.
Yeah.
It will become equal to the 0 means we can say that two lines are intersecting. But how to find the point of intersection by using shortest distance between two lines? I did not understand, ma'am, that one.
Not getting actually what you are asking. It is not clear.
Ma'am, can you repeat, ma'am, once again question?
My number is given. I think you can ask me a personal question.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay. I have given the number already. Please ask me personally, I think. I am not able to
thank you, ma'am.
Particular question you are asking and all. Okay, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Ma'am, do the children get half mark if their steps are correct for MCQ questions for board exam? Answer is no, ma'am. Ma'am, MCQ is only 1 mark question. Half mark provision is not there, ma'am. Correct or not? See, 1 or 0. Any other questions are there in the chat box that I don't know? I cannot see any of them.
Hello, good evening, ma'am. Hello, good
Yes,
evening, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, for the MCQ questions, is it enough to write the options and answer only, or they need necessary steps for the answers?
No, steps are not needed, ma'am. Only option and answer that I prefer.
If option only is written, is there is any mark will be deducted?
No, if you are writing only the option, there is a confusion regarding A, D, and all when children write. That's why better you write A, then the answer also, if possible.
If any, or if any, either any one is written by that student, then mark will not be deducted, isn't it, ma'am?
That means, ma'am, can you please clarify your question?
The student is wrote only that option A. Simply that option she or he written.
If the answer is correct, she would be given marks, she or he.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
But always better to write option and answer.
Okay, ma'am. There's no steps is needed.
Because there is a confusion. Usually when we are sitting for valuation, you know, A, B and all, no? Usually there is a confusion. Even
Yes,
B
yes,
and all, when they write, they used to confuse, they used to puzzle us. That's why better you write along with the same, you ask them to write the answer also. If it is not very lengthy and all, they can write.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Meera ma'am. Yes, Malati ma'am. It is given like that by CBSE. It is instructed like that. We have to give 10 activities. It is given clearly in the curriculum. For the internal assessment, 10 activities to be done. It is given clearly there. If there is no other queries and all, I think let us find out. Isn't it, sir? No, project works are not there, ma'am. 0 for fun, we don't have project works. We don't have, ma'am. Kavita ma'am, we don't have.
Bini ma'am,
Yes.
their doubts is over.
Thank you, Vansi. Thank you, teachers.
So shall we find up officially?
I think so.
Okay. For 10th, we have art integrated project.
Yes, ma'am, we have art integrated projects.
In the curriculum,
Give coaching for slow learners, no, Maladi ma'am. It is only individual coaching. No replacement. It is only individual coaching. Slow learner means that means we will be trying for minimum, right? That's why those children means you have to give them individual training. Give them like along with them, sit with them and give them a confidence, and you can give this sessions like whatever, like MLL, minimum learning, no, from each one. Those things can be attempted by him. Like that you can give.
Ma'am, another question is the practical something like that chat box, what it is? Okay, ma'am.
Practical that I have given an answer, sir.
Is practical in Alexa. You have given answer. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Pairing state is the same, ma'am. This question is
Do
for
we
you,
need to
sir.
register
Radhika
earlier
ma'am
for
is
next
asking.
session?
Radhika ma'am is for you.
Ma'am, for minimum session, so all the session we are well in advance, we are informing to the WhatsApp group available with us. Once you register with us, you will get an email notification for our forthcoming session also. Yeah, fine. Ma'am, shall we wind up officially? I think.
Yeah, sure,
Good evening to all once again. On behalf of Central Sahodaya School Conclave and the Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala, I know that as your chat box seen that it's an effective and wonderful session. Sincere thanks to Bini ma'am. She's always one of the family member of Central Sahodaya School Conclave and one of the family member of Kottayam too. We are considering our resource person as our family. Wherever we are asking to take a session without any hesitation, without any second thinking, they are ready for the session. So thank you very much, Bini ma'am, being with us for last 1.5 hours and enriching the senior secondary maths teachers of Pan India. I wish the participants already benefited for the session. Sincere thanks to all the patrons and team leaders of Central Sahodaya Conclave and Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala and our technical team in CSCK. Thank you very much and good night to all. The session officially ends.
Thank you. Thank you to all. Thank you very much.
Good night, sir.